Hi, and welcome to the Synergy Sky Suite video tutorial series. I'm Nick Doyle, the Senior Sales Engineer in the Asia Pacific region for Synergy Sky, and in this video we're going to look at network configuration and installation of the Synergy Sky Suite via SSH. Now, this is the third section of the video tutorial series. For an overview of the series, please go back and have a watch of our tutorial introduction video if you've not done so already. So in this video, we're going to look at the network configuration where we can change the host name, assign the network from DHCP to static, and configuration with that, as well as NTP and proxy settings. We're then going to install the appliance software and access the web interface via a web browser once that's completed. Now, as a reminder, all the information in these video tutorials is available at our support site of support.synergysky.com. Here you can find documentation and more detailed installation and configuration information, as well as additional resources, troubleshooting tools, and assistance. Okay, so without further ado, let's open up PowerShell. And I will make this a bit larger so that we can see what we're doing here. So I've already done my pre-installation, which is part of the second series of videos, and I've got my SSH IP address. I'm going to go in SSH admin at that IP address. It's going to prompt me for my password, which is the default at the moment of Synergy Sky Word 01, and we get presented with this screen. So, configuring the network. Let's have a look here. So our current host name is Synergy Sky Appliance.local domain. So we can change that to whatever we want here by pressing 0, and I'm going to call it Sky Suite demo.local domain at the moment. Okay, and there we go, that's automatically been changed up there. We're going to look at changing the IP address or IP method from DHCP to static. So if I press 1, it'll show static and then give me additional configurations options to change the IP address, the net mask, gateway, and DNS. I'm actually going to put it back to DHCP in my lab environment, so I'm going to press 1 again, and there we go. NTP, if I press the key number 6, I can change my NTP to a local server or a different external server. And if I press 7, I can enable proxy. So here we get the additional options. If I press 9, it will, for the proxy host, I put in https:// and then the proxy name. I can then change the proxy port and then add a username and password if required, and then I can save the configuration. However, I'm not going to use a proxy here, so I'm going to press 7 again and disable the proxy. And I've made the change to the host name, so I'm going to press S to save the changes and quit. And there we go. Apply changes. Okay, we shouldn't have any disconnect via DHCP. There we are. So now what we're going to do is look at installing the appliance software. So I select number 2 and hit go. We'll press enter. Now here it will give me a warning. I'm running this as a lab and I've only allocated 4 gig of RAM and it's saying I should have 16. That's fine because that is for production. And cores I've only allocated 2. I should have 6 here. And it's also saying that the attached disk for secondary disk only has 10 gig and recommended size is 500. So I'm actually going to say I still want to use disk 1, and it is smaller, but I still want to go ahead, so yes. And now it's going to format our attached secondary drive, get everything ready, and very shortly it will prompt me to begin the installation. There we go. Okay, so all information is now collected. Do we want to start? Yes, we do. So this will take its time as it installs the base packages, configures itself, and gets it ready within the environment for us to access after this installation has completed. So the appliance packages have been done successfully, and now it's doing its startup sequence, making sure that the services are ready to go. Now, as it comes up and says migrating database, there is the option to, if you're coming from an older version of Synergy Sky Join or a different appliance as well, you can actually migrate the database across, and there's additional settings to do that within the SSH so that that occurs at this point during the installation. So it's now just cleaning itself up, making sure it's ready to start, and there we go. And it's now telling us that we can access via the web address http 10.0.0.35, which is the same as the server we originally configured. And I've put that address in here. Because this is a lab, I've got no certificates on here. I'm going to proceed. And here we go. We're now on the interface of Synergy Sky Suite, ready to do some configuration. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.